Hi, I'm Don Dan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and I'm very excited today. We're going to be showing some examples here from the Ueberschall's Ultimate Cinematic Bundle. This is a current APDeal. So I think it's 86% off for the next couple weeks. This collection downloads is 23 gigabytes. It's about 9,000 samples. Contains the cinematic guitar loops, score, effects, groove, shadow, elastic, soundscapes, cinematic time shift, and ambient noises library. It does require the free version of the Elastic Player from Ueberschall. And this deal was announced just the other day. Grab it now for $99. Usually sells for $724 US. Contributor Steve B was kind enough to rush through the instruments, learn about the Elastic Player. A link to take you straight over to his written review. He also has created some demos here just to show some of the sounds and just some random collections of loops and samples, so you get an idea of what kind of quality the collection has to offer. He also has done some detailed walkthrough for how to use the Ueberschall Elastic software, which is required. The great thing about this software here, from reading the review and watching this video, is that it's got a very detailed search meta tagging capability. And you can export your WAV files or just select the entire bundle and export WAV files for that. As the name suggests, this is a massive set of samples, nearly 9,000 contained in the bundle. So the first thing we'll do here is play through some of these samples so you can hear some of the sounds. And then I'm going to turn it over to Steve B, who was kind enough to go through a little bit of detail on how to export from the Elastic Player.
To get started converting your files to WAV files, simply go to the Setup button in Elastic, click on the Setup and Activation area, select through the title that you want to convert to WAV files. We'll go with ambient noise here, and then click Export WAV down at the bottom of the page. You'll need to create your own folder wherever you want it to go. Once you've set up a folder and told it where to export the WAV files to, simply click a button and off goes the conversion. It only takes a few minutes for the conversion to take place, which is great. And when it happens to keep all of the files in a folder structure that makes sense. So when you go to the folder itself and want to browse through the WAV files that you've just created, they're all organized in a way that makes sense with clear labels, and you can clearly see each individual file as well as the file folders to navigate quickly through each title. This is true for all the Ueberschall titles and works very well.
Again, thanks Steve B for putting that together and sharing it with us. Play through another set of samples from the massive bundle so we can hear some more examples of what the library has to offer here. And then for those of us using Logic, I guess with Logic 4.0, there's been a new way that you're working with importing loops and samples. And of course, Steve was kind enough to put together a video with that too. So I'll let Steve take it away here.
Now, in this version of Logic, it's version 10.4. That's the most current version of Logic Pro. And there's an important distinction here, because earlier versions do not have the same loop browser capabilities. It's a little bit different in previous versions, but in the most current version, you'll see the loop browser is what, in my opinion, is an improved version. You simply drag the folder into the area called untagged loops, if they're not made by Apple, and the loop browser will automatically accept them and catalog them from their current position. So if you have them on a separate drive somewhere, it's more convenient. You'll click the button to add them to untagged loops. You can see now it appears here. You simply open the file, open the folder, browse through the file structure, which has remained intact, something that Ueberschall does very well. And you can see each individual loops within a folder. And there's two places to listen to it. You can either drag the file into a track in the Logic project, or you can listen to it at the bottom of the loop browser. You'll see there's a little tiny player down there, and you can actually preview the loops in that way. Dragging the files into the Logic project will change the tempo. In some cases, if they're Apple loops, it'll even change the key. So that's a great feature to have. And there you go. You can start looping to your heart's delight.
Thanks so much for spending a little time with us here today. This is just a review examples from the Ueberschall Massive Cinematic Bundle. It's currently APDeal, $99. I'll include a link in the description below. That will be good for the next couple weeks. And be sure to head over to the full written review page by Steve B. and read all about the libraries. See if this is a good collection for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I always love your support. And be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news, review,